About 3 years ago, I wrote this letter to my local newspaper to discuss how I thought that social media was going to impact on media in general and on the whole of the business community. Moving on to today, my local paper has around about 1,500 followers on Twitter. That's approximately the same number of people that follow The Sun, and 500 more than follow the Daily Mirror. But what it means is that front page headlines like this are kind of redundant when I accessed this particular news story via Twitter yesterday afternoon. So the question could be, well, does social media make publications redundant? Well, I actually don't think so. I think that it enriches and it engages my particular experience, and I'll give you an example. I religiously read Elle magazine, and I'm a big fan of their back page columnist, Mademoiselle. She also has a blog site which I can tap into, and if I could just take you over to my laptop. She is also on Twitter, and I can keep up to date with all of the glamorous parties and fashion shows and events that she goes to, but she's also not averse in corresponding with her readers. So we engage in conversation from items of interest that she's put up. We've even exchanged direct messages with each other. So as a journalist, I completely have a fabulous experience of interacting and engaging with her, and it really, really means that it keeps my loyalty to this particular publication because of the engagement that I have developed through social media. Moving on to the way that I access the news, for me, news is something that just hums away in the background while I'm working. I don't actually rely on it to pick up breaking news stories. It's more something that's it's comforting while I'm working at home on my own. What I do, however, is that I access the news from my phone. Now, this is something that I will do every single morning. I wake up and I access the news headlines, and I can choose which particular stories that I'm interested in and I want to read at that particular time. If I don't, I favourite the story, and then I can go back to it at any point that suits me during the day and read it over a cup of tea. But to really demonstrate how social media works in my world, I think the thing to do is probably pick up my keys and my bag, and I'm going to take you outside and show you how social media works in my world.